morning. It's Mother's Day. We're doing this lovely pink shirt. We're really needing some fresh air, and I've been doing a song now that I heard on television also. They also do the song, but they do it. It's one of the nicest films. What I've been watching now, me and my daughter have been watching film years, and she actually put on Pretty Woman in New Zealand. I've been watching Pretty Woman, I know, a few weekends, Saturdays ago. And now we have watched Pretty Woman, and it was very nice to watch. Thank you for the team that has written it. It's very nice. And then I couldn't feel fresh air, and I was now singing a cool song. Let me just have good water, yes. And I was singing now a very nice song, right? One of on the sports fields, I think they also do that song with some events, and the song is like a little bit of ooh, 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 a little bit of a little bit of air, yo. And I really needed some fresh air. And I really couldn't get the right fresh air. And I was so feeling so humidity in the house, and it's a very nice day outside, and I'm having to cook so that I can really relax and enjoy the day outside. And so that I can really enjoy the fresh air. And that song, and it says, in a little bit of air, and a little bit of air, and that's what I needed. And not cha-ching, cha-ching, and bling necessarily, but whatever is available with that. Let me quickly do this food. What am I going to do? I'm going to do a pumpkin, I'm going to do a lamb chop, and I'm going to do a potato with the rice. That's fine. The rice have been cooked here, so let's quickly do our lamb choppy. And we all are just going to be in my kitchen because it's Mother's Day Saturday. And because I'm really not going to do anything different other than what we have learned in our kitchen over the few months. It's autumn season still. And we are still going to enjoy the love of a little bit of ooh, ooh, ooh in our kitchen today. And we're going to do dancing, yes. What else wasn't I looking for? My onion, that's right. Let me quickly make some space for my onion. Normally when I feel flustered, I won't normally have done this Sunday cooking. Now I'm doing the Sunday cooking with all the love and kindness to Mother's Day, yay. And another thing that I'm gonna do, I'm then going to, after I'm now done with the lamb, and then I'm quickly going to, we're gonna share this onion for both of those lamb flavors. I'm gonna share now the pumpkin and every vegetable that we have. Normally we take a photo of that, we don't have to. And this Sunday, because it's really the privacy and the love of Mother's Day in my kitchen. And I really am a person that loves my motherness. And my Mama Anna's, yes, and my Mama Anna parenting, yes. That's right. And one of the things that I've learned over the years is to appreciate everything Mama Universe educates us. Yes, Mama Universe. To our family, Mama Anna Philander. I don't know about all of y'all's families. My mama is really Mama Universe in everything that she's educated us and in everything that she's doing. So I'm quickly going to do this onion. I'm quickly going to do a lovely potato. My oven is broken. And I'm quickly going to do a lovely sweet pumpkin with a little bit of green pepper in that rice and a little bit of onion in that rice with a lovely lamb chop, right? So we want everyone to just quickly enjoy what we are really going to prepare now. And we want to enjoy the food because it's me and my daughter at the house. Husband is with his friends and he's enjoying the day out. So while he's with his friends and enjoying the day out, then I really just want to enjoy what I'm cooking. And all of the colorness, yes, of this season. Let me quickly make some space for this. Let me quickly prepare my onion lovely. It's my brother Martin's 55th birthday, the 1969 brother that was with my Mama Anna Philander and the earthquake on their way from California, yes, on their way from California, Ierland's players from Emery Hoog, them, yes. I give the people's names, thank you very much. Yeah, my mama's mama used to stay by them all the years, and my mama's mama used to work for them, and then my mama traveled away from them, and my mama went to go and stay in California area. And for Team Calvinia in South Africa, thank you for looking so well after my mama Anna Philander. My brother Martin was then born, yes, it's Mother's Day, and that's where we are at. That's right. So my brother Martin was then born in Calvinia, right, baby Yuna, who was the first daughter. Everyone say hi when y'all are still in the room. And thank you for joining, and press like on our videos. My brother Martin Philander, the oldest brother, yes, the oldest of the 4 sons. I've mentioned the 4 sons before. He's the oldest of the 4 sons. And he was born then in Calvinia, yes. In Calvinia. Baby Yuna was also born there in Calvinia. And in Calvinia was a mother to my mother. And CU used to be Martin's pet mother, right? And Martin's godmother, right? And Martin's godmother's name used to be Mother RIBEA, Aunt RIBEA. And that's where my name is derived from the journey that my mother was on. And my mother then gave my name, little RIBEA, Aunt RIBEA. And then while my mother was in Calvinia, then Aunt RIBEA, and God spoke to my mother, and God said, give your daughter, if you have a daughter again, her name is RIBEA. And it was the journey that my mother was on, and it's a life journey. And there's so much happening in the communications, and I'm the baby of that. Mama Anna is Queen Anna Philander of those birth wombs of the international world, and I'm the 7th-born baby from my mama's womb, right? And baby RIBEA, not baby Rabia from the Muslim educations of the international world, baby RIBEA from the processes in South Africa, and from the parents who birthed the babies in South Africa. And that's then where my mother then traveled from Calvinia on the night of, if you Google on Google, you will notice on Google, the night of the Tulbagh Saron earthquakes, right? The Tulbagh Saron earthquake, one of the biggest earthquakes that South Africa has had in years, in the year 1969. And in that night, my mother Anna was on a bus from Calvinia to birth us in Paarl community, the journey of life itself on earth, right? And while my mama Anna was on this amazing journey of her own season, that she explains herself, she walks herself, and she found herself fine through all of those explanations. We are in a generation where every part of that process and journey that my mama Anna birthed me in is part of what humanity experiences on a daily basis, part of processes of the earth, of the universe itself, and the requirement for us as an international world and an international generation to really birth seasons where we are at and where I'm at today. Press like, everyone. Thank you for joining Mother's Day in Auckland, New Zealand. And the celebration of Mother's Day today to me means a journey of birthing generations of seasons, right? A journey of birthing seasons. And I've been educating that on my fashion now for quite some time. We gotta put our lamb quickly on. We're putting it on soto. We're adding our pumpkin first, and then we're gonna do our potato. So the lovely journey that Mama Anna Philander, my mama, used to be on in 1969. Thank you for joining the room, everyone. The journey then brought my Mama Anna Philander to the Tulbagh Saron earthquakes, right? And in Tulbagh Saron that night, my Mama Anna was on the road in Tulbagh Saron on that night. And while my Mama Anna was on the road, let me just check if this is better. While my Mama Anna Philander was on the Tulbagh Saron road that night in the 1969 earthquake, for those people that travel South Africa, show me how to cook jerk chicken. Ooh, Nigerian jerk chicken. Lovely. I can't cook jerk chicken. How do they make it? I really can't do that. My mama used to travel England, yes, and the Nigerians used to cook that for my mama a lot, and my mama used to come to tell me because my mama looked like a Nigerian mother, yes. She looks like a Nigerian mother, and this baby RIBEA really can't cook jerk chicken, and my mother had some lovely jerk chickens with the Nigerians in England. Yes, when my mother visited my sister all those years ago. Yeah. And my mama used to come and tell me about jerk chicken. My mama loved jerk chicken. And then she loves jerk chicken, yes. And then she also loves the jollof rice because she looks very Nigerian, yes. Mama Anna Philander. We don't know where in Africa my mama is from, but she's really met the Nigerians in England and she was very excited and she came to tell me all about the excitement of the international birth womb. Yes, because I'm one very excited child who loves every part of the journey of life itself. That's right. And then my mama came to tell me. So when my mama was under 1969, Tawassaron, right? The earthquake rode on her way to Ceres. Before my mama met my papa. Yes, my mama met my papa where my mama was working at a restaurant called AWOKH. We hope that AWOKH restaurant opens again. It's a very nice restaurant. My mama used to be a waitress at AWOKH, yes. And my mama met our papa there, Papa Yapi from Africa, Mbatani, and their families also intermarried into South Africa. And the children was born in South Africa. And the town that they all stay in, if you knock on Woolsley Ceres' door and you say, where's the Mbatani Sigilo family? They say the town belongs to my papa's family. And they then birthed the babies there. They intermarried, colored, and however the babies were born. And our family is in Montana, yes, Montana, the area there, where all our families, my mama then and my papa then moved to Woolsley area, and my mama then moved to Paarl community, and I was born in Paarl community. So the journey of life is quite an interesting journey. It takes us places, yes, and it's about birthing babies, yes, and it's the education and the birth of family and of seasons, yes. And seasons are every recognition of ourselves, yes. And then my papa and my mama met one another on the Swaaibrug. The Swaaibrug is still there in AWOKH. It's snowing in AWOKH, one of the one places where it's snowing in Ceres Mountains, yes. And it's one of the most amazing restaurants, and we all hope the restaurant will open again. We hope the restaurant will educate all that has been educated in every journey of our parents and of our families in the international world, of everyone that has discovered South Africa, yes. Thank you for liking there, that's right. Everyone that has, if you all are in the room, people, press like, yes, thank you. Everyone that has discovered South Africa, all the parents, the European parents, the Chinese parents, most of our families are Chinese and Japanese and of those countries. And then our parents really inherited the land and the babies were born, and China is still trying to manage their processes fine in South Africa with their grandchildren there. And they're really moving into the country and really trying to manage their processes fine in the international world. And so is the American inheritance of our families that really traveled the world, and the education of family. And that is such for us today a remembrance, because I find myself in the borders of Auckland, yes. And my brothers again, well, and my mother actually looks like the Maori mothers, yes. And the birthing of my Mama Anna universe was then in South Africa. We don't call Mama Anna Philander the baby, I always say. I call it Mama Universe in the birth womb. And I do not call us the children as only being the babies in the womb itself. I call us the Mama Universe education, because remember, the universe birth itself in seasons. And when the baby is born again, then the baby educates further. The baby is not the baby to be ignored in the education I educate. And the baby is the baby to be acknowledged in the birth womb of a family on earth that are humanity. And that's where we are at with educating, yes, and we want information so accurate, because humanity are constantly born on earth and constantly being born, yes. And today we celebrate that exactly in Auckland, New Zealand, yes. I celebrate Mother's Day. Yes, and with that celebration, everyone, my brother Martin celebrates then his birthday today. Yes, it's the 12th of May, if I'm correct, if it's today, but I know it's this month. And I'm just going to really get the information clearly again. And then, if it's not really today, I know my brother Richard calendar was either the 12th of August or brother Martin was not really the 12th of May, but I know Martin's birthday is in May month, and I always forget those dates. Yeah, so then we celebrated the celebration. I always get confused. They are the oldest brother and the second oldest. Richard, I always call also Papa Universe in his processes. He is no longer on earth anymore, but he has really been an amazing education to our family, and he really educated family to us and to our children when we were young. And when we were young and he knew a little bit more than we knew as the children, and then he educated the brothers and the sisters about familyness. And yes, we really honor him for that. And he's Richard Philander, yes, the film writes about him. The film A Christmas Prince. If you press play on the film explains him. He's very interesting. I'm the baby Ellery. I'm not baby Ellery, baby RIBEA Elise, right? And his brother Richard's daughter's name is Roche. And his wife gave birth to a daughter. His wife's mother then also was deceased but his wife was very young, and she then stayed in our house. And baby Rose was then born in Paul community in Chicago, Bontebok Street. And that's where the motherness and the Mother's Day celebrations is at today. And while I'm in Auckland, New Zealand, and Bontebok Street has birthed me, yes, I was the baby there. I don't know if I was really born in Bontebok Street or if I really came by the mountains because my mama, by the farms, because my mama then used to stay in Paul at the Wolseley Mountain. And then my mama, Anna Philander, also used to stay at the Paul Mountain, right? If you all travel Paul, there's an amazing entrance in Town Monument. And there's amazing restaurants there. And my papa has built that road with the builders those years. My papa used to work for the council years of municipality of Paul years. And my eldest brother Martin then used to work there. And they used to do the farming years. They used to do the flowers. And the gardening brother Martin used to do at the Kwekerij. So they colored Paul community years. And while they colored, because it was now their journey, right? And then they colored the community, and my papa was building the area where we had our matric ball years. It's Paul Stadsaal. And they were building those areas in Drakensberg municipality. My papa has built Drakensberg municipality those years in Paul community. And the journey then birthed our families there. My papa them's families then inherited the Worcester land. And not their land only, but the familyness of the land, right? Everyone that has traveled there, that has birthed families there, that nurtures the land, and that makes sure that the communities are fine, that really are the inheritance of the land. We inherit the land itself, right? And while we are the inheritance, our community made such a nice entrance when you enter there by Town Monument and when you travel from overseas. And when you haven't been in Paarl for quite some time and you travel South Africa, you go to Cape Town, you go to Paarl community, and they made a very lovely entrance. Then I had visited it in 2020, and it's really called, it's there by Spice Road. Yeah, so they have a few entrance restaurants by Town Monument and by the Spice Road entrance. So when you enter from the N1 city and you come from Cape Town Airport, they made a very nice welcoming for everyone that travels there. And the wine educations, yes, wine farm educations there. And that's where the family history, because my mother then stayed on that mountain. And my mother then stayed there for years, and they had a very nice life there. And then they moved into Paarl community, into the community itself. So we have quite an exciting Mother's Day journey. And we're going to do our self-edition to, I want to do another communication after that with this shirt on this week. And then I also want to do self-edition 3 when we have the time to do that, right? So we are on, yes, praise, like everyone say hi in the communications itself. Another thing that we then did amazingly. And then I traveled to New Zealand. And then all of New Zealand looked like my 4 brothers, right? Like, oh, my brother Martin, my brother Richard, my brother Jacques, and my brother Antoine. New Zealand woman looks like Aunt Jeanette, yes, when Aunt Jeanette was young also. And they look like my mama Anna Philander, but I get very angry in New Zealand and I really don't know why. Because it's not the same, it's not the same mother, and the educations are different. And the children are really still always the children. And while everyone are really the children in the processes and educations, it becomes so sensitive, and I've watched Pretty Woman now, and it becomes so sensitive, and I was called to Dubai, and I know in Dubai a lot of things are happening, and there was prostitution happening, and so some of the women came in, and they really talked to us, and they really said a few things, and you really feel sometimes for situations that you really sometimes don't know what's happening around such processes. And our generation are really trying our best to implement fine processes where everyone are at, so that everyone has the right to make their own right choices, yes, for what they want to do. And we are very in all of that. So while we are on these amazing journeys, everyone, let's celebrate Mother's Day together, yes, with my marvelous mom cup. I'm really gonna have water with that. Before we gonna really now do our pumpkin, because we have done all of the recipes already. So Mother's Day to me is very sensitive, it's very dear, it's very precious, it's very amazing. It's everything that any person experiences in the greatness. Yes, let me be a little bit right with what I'm saying. In the greatness of our birth womb on earth. And to celebrate such a celebration, to me, we always all say it's not only a one-day celebration. My sister Aunt Jeanette, yes, has birthed 3 daughters, yes, and 1 son. I have birthed 2 daughters, yes. And in all of, as the woman of the womb of our mothers. And in all of them, my mama has also birthed 3 daughters, yes. And in all that the womb requires of us on earth. And in all that we experience being women on the journey itself. We know that we are women that can sometimes request a lot. We know that we are women that sometimes want to have it our way. We know that in this world we are women that sometimes really doesn't realize what is happening around us. We know that when we don't know sometimes what is happening, then we really sometimes get very, what I call dominant, right? I had a friend in my class in secondary school and his name used to be Dominic, right? And Dominic used to have a family. And Dominic's family used to be in gangsterism, his uncle. And Dominic's uncle used to stay by us where I grew up and where my brothers grew up and where my brothers really didn't want to be gangsters. And I met Dominic then in secondary school. And me and Dominic became the best friends that you could have ever had. Because no one told us that the education was actually parenting and familyness. And the situation in Chicago was so much happening around us that we really didn't know that it's actually a parenting journey and that everyone is actually really family. And even though family looks like all the billions and trillions of people on the earth, we are actually very much family. And no one ever says it to no one because everyone finds themselves so busy where they are at. And then we tend to have to look around and we all then learn that we look like the one another and someone also looks like that one and someone else also looks like that and everyone wants to explain now what is happening on earth. And the explanation then becomes an explanation that the Bible says it's an everlasting explanation. Because such an explanation can never be having an exhaustion to the explanation that has now been explained. It's explained in every generation, and every generation find themselves on their journey. And some people call it Popahisi, other people call it people want to rule the world, and sometimes people really want to rule the world. Sometimes people are really playing a lot of games, and other times it's really the womb that explains itself. And when the womb earth explains itself in all the colors and amazingness. And I'm the pink. And today my photo might look like a man when I stand so far from the camera, when I have to stand in front again and I look fine again. And then it's because I'm the woman that now also gives birth to the man as well as to the woman. And when everyone now finds themselves on the journey, and some people want to rush in front of RIBEA and they want to explain the journey, RIBEA say, but everyone, I really know that everyone can explain what is happening, because I myself like when people explain more and then everyone finds themselves fine. But we need to know that when we explain it in a way that is fine for everyone on the journey that everyone are on. Because all of our birth wombs are different. I call my Mama Anna, universe queen, and she really has been birthed and educated as the queen amongst the communications of the universe itself. And when my Mama Anna Philander has been educated to humanity as the queen of the processes, and humanity finds themselves wanting to keep the communications to themselves, then I have a requirement to explain to everyone that finds themselves the baby in the process, that everyone has a right to be cautious, everyone has a right to be preventative and protective where they are at. Everyone has a right to realize what is really happening around them, rather than finding oneself in all that are sometimes chaotic, sometimes a lot of aggression, sometimes wars, sometimes a lot of poverty circumstances, and sometimes some people are just staying in poverty, where RIBEA ELISE educates that really some processes can really be fair and fine in such a journey that is the birth womb of humanity and the earth itself. And while everyone has the right to say how they want to say where they are at in these seasons, we all have a right to acknowledge ourselves in it. And I educate self edition 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do edition 4 of that also in the year 2024. And this year we have celebrated the fourth month of 2024. And while we have celebrated the 2024 with the 4 sons of the 4 corners of the earth, there is my brother Martin, my brother Richard Philander, my brother Jacques Philander, my brother Antoine Philander. We celebrated the 3 corners of the earth. There is now exactly my mama representing the northern parenting side of that. My sister baby Yuana, my sister Antoinette, and me baby RIBEA ELISE in north, south, west, and east of the birth wombs on earth. Thank you, good day. And while we are birthing seasons, we have the recognition that we are allowed to acknowledge ourselves. We are not the cars driving in the ignition, because I say a lot of car things today, but remember, cars today are the officers' communications. And I find myself today in the same communication of the birth wombs itself. And while we are required to present ourselves in such a birth womb that has got so much echoing, and the birth womb are constantly changing in seasons, and to us it's only 4 seasons, and 4 seasons are only winter, summer, spring season, autumn season. We are required to recognize my brother Anton Philander. He was birthed in the spring season of the birth womb, and he's the baby of the 4 seasons. He was birthed in September, the 9th of September, the spring baby. And while my brother Anton Philander is the spring baby of our journey, he finds himself next in the womb to me, because I'm then the baby daughter in the womb myself. And while we are the babies in such communication, and we find ourselves having to walk our journey. And while we walk our journey, everyone in the universe wants to direct you, because the colors in the universe are many. And while everyone in the universe wants to direct you in a way that they feel fine for themselves, they sometimes want to direct your journey on earth, and that sometimes human beings that are trying to then direct you in a way that they feel fine on earth for themselves. And themselves today sometimes doesn't include a Mama Anna Philander's queen education. Themselves today only includes them. And them today can be anyone in those processes of acknowledging Mama Anna Philander's womb, the Queen womb. The baby was then born in South Africa. The communications are then in American Celebrity House. The communications are the mother look like Europe. The mother has a European family. The mother looks like the Maori Mama of New Zealand. The mother looks like Mama Africa. The mother looks like Oprah Winfrey in American Celebrity House. The mother looks like South Africa Mama. Her mother's name is Anna. Anna means the birth womb of humanity, and the mama is not really our mama, and she was not really born in South Africa. And the whole world want to rush us out of the way because the whole world want to explain the baby in a way that they sometimes are not acknowledging the babies itself. And the whole world is sometimes not acknowledging the children itself, right? And while the whole world want to push us and stuff us and explain us, and they want to say what they want to say about us, and they want to give us how they want to give us, and sometimes there's food and sometimes there's not, because they only need the communication, because they now need to parent, then RIBEA ELISE says no humanity. The universe's processes does not work like that. Humanity waits, and I will educate to where I'm at in my selfness of recognizing and acknowledging my Mama Anna Philander birthing in our generation in South Africa, from the womb Mama Martha, from the different international families with the blue eyes, with the everything universe about it, with the universe parenting. Then my Mama Anna has got children itself, they are the inheritance itself, and we therefore explain ourselves. And I think the fashion industry on Instagram that has given my sister Antoinette the opportunity to explain herself. Explaining ourselves in such communications and educations in the international world are birthing seasons exactly. If someone else go and explain our communications and they diverted from where the celebrities and where television get the communications from in the universe, then they're not going to say it the way that RIBEA ELISE would explain the baby RIBEA ELISE herself. And while we have a requirement today to recognize ourselves being the mothers ears, being the baby's ears, being the humanity, the birth womb itself of the woman on earth, we are acknowledging the seasons that goes along and that can sometimes serve you. And we are not disregarding one another. We're acknowledging the oneness of family, and we are therefore required to educate what is the oneness of how to manage such processes in the amazingness of the universe. I'm going to charge my phone, and we're going to have these discussions in our discussions during the week's talks and our live stream videos. Other than that, have an amazing Mother's Day with me, RIBEA ELISE.